guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you 11 tips that I have for how you can stay healthy while living in a dorm. Every single one of these tips I incorporated into my day every single day during college. These are what I followed. These tips are what helped me stay on track and stay healthy while living in a dorm, because it can be insanely inconvenient when you only have a microwave to work with. I know for me personally, I was really nervous going into it because I'm so used to cooking in a kitchen, having a stove, an oven, all of that. So that was quite an adjustment for me, or at least I thought it was going to be. But I am here to save the day for those of you who are anything like I was, and hopefully show you that it really isn't that bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, have a short intro today. Tip number 1 is a water filter. I highly recommend buying one of those like Brita water filters. That's what I used all throughout college. I had one of those. I bought one before I moved into my dorm, and I would just constantly refill it throughout the day, and it was something that was useful to keep me accountable for how much water I was drinking and help me kind of gauge, okay, am I drinking enough today? Have I had barely anything today? This is really good because 1, it's environmentally friendly, so you don't have to keep buying plastic water bottles, and 2, it's just convenient to have a filter in your dorm, so you don't have to like go out in the hall or like to a water fountain or a vending machine to get water. I mean, usually, I'm sure people probably buy plastic water bottles, but it's environmentally friendly and convenient. That is the main point. And also, I recommend with that having a large reusable water bottle, because that's also useful for keeping yourself accountable and keeping track of how much water you're drinking, because water is so important when it comes to weight loss, staying lean, decreasing your body fat percentage, anything like that. Water is one of the biggest components that there is. Tip number 2 is potatoes. So hopefully some of you guys, if not all of you, like potatoes, whether it be sweet potatoes or white potatoes. I'm more of a team sweet potato gal, so I love sweet potatoes, but while I was in college, I had a sweet potato, at least one, every single day. Every single day. I would either have it with my lunch or with my dinner, and it was amazing because you can microwave them. And I think for me, I would microwave them for one sweet potato would take 8 minutes in the microwave. So you literally just take a whole sweet potato. I'd put mine on like a paper towel, stick it in the microwave, set it for 8 minutes, and you're good to go. It comes out like a perfectly baked sweet potato, or you can use white potato. And I thought I would also share with you guys what I would eat that with, because I know it can be kind of like, okay, I have a plain potato, yum. So what I would usually do is if I made like a salad or something in my dorm, I would put the sweet potato with the salad. So it would just be like, have the dressing on it and the other vegetables and stuff and whatever with it. Also, a really, really good indulgent but healthy snack is having a sweet potato with like nut butter and maple syrup. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. I love it. I had that anytime I was craving something sweet. And if you want to do a white potato and you're more like, you just like white potatoes more, those are also, you can do the same thing. You can add that into a salad or whatever you're eating, a Nourish bowl, something like that. Or you could also add like some sort of meat, like cut it and then add like some meat and like nutritional yeast or some like mustard or some sort of sauce or dressing that you have, and that's just like a really good, easy, salty snack also. Along with that, they're also very cheap. Sweet potatoes, white potatoes, so cheap. So you're not gonna be like breaking the bank to go buy a pound of sweet potatoes, trust me. So tip number 3 is frozen vegetables. Now, I know there is a lot of talk about whether frozen vegetables are just as nutritious or if their nutritional value has changed because they're frozen. No, most of the time frozen vegetables are picked at a very ripe stage, and when you freeze them, they just last for an incredibly long time. You can literally just get a bowl, a microwavable bowl, put however many, like whatever frozen vegetables you have, put that in the bowl. Like I would do broccoli a lot, and you add, I think it's a few tablespoons of water. It should say it on the bag, the instructions, and you microwave it for however long it says on the bag, and it comes out like steamed broccoli. So you have that as well, and you could do that with any other frozen vegetable of your choice. So that's a really good way to get vegetables in, because I know it was a lot harder to get all of my greens in for the day, all of my vegetables that I love. So that makes it a lot easier. Moving on to tip number 4, frozen fruit or fresh fruit. The same goes for fruit as vegetables. Frozen fruit is just as nutritious as fresh fruit, and it's really good to buy that in bulk. You can buy frozen strawberries, or you can buy bananas and let them ripen and then freeze them, and those last for such a long time. And what I would do was put them in oats or put them in smoothies. And then fresh fruit is just very good for snacking, like bananas, berries, oranges, apples, anything like that. Fruit has always been a go-to food. That brings me to tip number 5, a blender. I got like a very small, I think, NutriBullet. It's really tiny and it honestly was not that expensive. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but they have some just small, like basic standard blenders for pretty cheap. And that saved my life. I made a smoothie probably every day as well. Like for a snack or something, I would make a smoothie. And that's also where the frozen fruit comes in. You can use your frozen berries, frozen bananas to put into the smoothie with some almond milk, protein powder, seeds, nut, whatever you want to add in there. A blender is a necessity not just for smoothies, but I also used a blender to make sauces and like dips to go on top of my salads or on top of my baked potatoes. So anything like that, a blender is wonderful for. Tip number 6 is canned meat. If you do eat meat of some sort, I usually just stick with fish. I don't really like red meat. I honestly don't remember the last time I've had it. I like chicken, but I honestly don't remember the last time I had that either. I'm just a fish person. The other types of meats just aren't, I never crave them, and yeah, whatever. That's that. So I would always buy like canned tuna and canned salmon, or the little packets. Those were super convenient and super easy to just like grab on the go or have as a snack in my dorm. Those would be like my main sources of protein to add on top of my salads or add on top of my potato. Just those are good solid sources of protein, and they're fairly cheap. I think sometimes they were like 79 cents a can, depending on, I would usually get mine just from like Walmart or Kroger. Definitely canned chicken, fish. I'm trying to think, is that all there is canned? No, I'm sure there's more. But also, canned beans are really good too. I would get beans and just like black beans or chickpeas, and those are really good to add into your salads or whatever. I know I keep saying salads, but since you can't really cook, there's honestly not much you can do. You could add them with your steamed vegetables. Tip number 7 is homemade salad dressing. So this was literally my holy grail. I made salad dressing, you can ask my roommate, every single day. I would use an emptied out like mustard bottle. I would mix and match sauces and condiments I already have, like olive oil, mustard, coconut aminos, tahini, just anything like that, and then like seasonings and herbs, salt, pepper, turmeric, basil, and then something like acidic, like apple cider vinegar, white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, anything like that. You can like look up on Pinterest homemade salad dressings, homemade sauce, and hundreds of things will come up, and that's where I got a lot of my inspiration. I actually do have a lot of them saved onto my Pinterest. You can definitely go there and use those, because those were my lifesavers. I mean, I would not have made it without the dressing, because they make everything taste good. You have to learn how to like season everything right. It's the sauces and the seasonings that once you get that done, you can make anything taste good, honestly. So that's what I would put on top of like my vegetables, my potatoes, my salads, anything like that. Moving on to number 8, which is oats. Now, if you don't like oats, this tip probably will not benefit you, but oh my gosh, do I like oats. If you guys see my Instagram stories, every single day my post-workout meal is oats. My smoothies even have oats in them most of the time. So oats are they are just my best friend. I love them. They make me so happy. I am a walking oat. It is definitely a key breakfast to have, and it's very filling, very nutritious. It will give you energy for the day. I mean, my oats would keep me full for quite a while, and I would add like peanut butter to them, hemp hearts, chia seeds, flaxseed, fresh fruit, even frozen berries are good too, because then they melt, the hot oats melt them, and it's perfect. Just be like just really quick, it's funny.
Okay.
Just like that. Like,
is it on now?
Yeah, I've been recording.
Hey! I bet that's ugly.
No, it's not.
I painted this, remember?
That looks good.
Can you use it?
Thank you. I love you. Be careful. Okay, where were we? So we were talking about oats. I also often get asked what type of oats I buy. I'm not picky with the brand or anything as long as the ingredients are just whole grain rolled oats, and that goes for quick oats and just regular oats. So I've been swaying towards quick oats a lot, but during college I did use whole oats. So quick oats are the same thing. They're just whole oats in littler pieces, so it's like what the name is, they cook faster, they cook quicker. So I would usually opt for those or the just whole oats, and all I would do to cook them was cover them completely with either almond milk or water and then microwave them for, I think it was 2 minutes, and that was it. And then I would just add in all of my toppings, my maple syrup, peanut butter, everything like that, and it was so hearty and delicious and nutritious and just the perfect breakfast. I highly recommend. Moving on to tip number 9, which is dining hall eating. So a lot of times you walk into the dining hall on your campus and it just looks like a bunch of fast food restaurants, which is typically the case. But most restaurants you go to, even fast food, do have a healthy option. You just have to be the one to order it. So you can usually find some vegetables, some sort of salad, some type of lean protein, and if it comes fried, you could possibly ask for it to be grilled. I know like Chick-fil-A does grilled chicken, so some places will definitely grill it for you if you ask. If you ask kindly, they'll be kind back and they'll be more than happy to cater to your preferences. And you can also ask for whatever sauce you are getting with, like if it's a salad dressing or a sauce with a bowl, you could ask for the sauce on the side, or if you would like, you could even bring your homemade salad dressing with you incognito, like in your little bag, and then just like whip it out and everybody's like, oh my gosh, what is that? And they're all jealous and you're like, it's my homemade salad dressing, and you can just use that instead of using one of the sauces there, because you don't always know what they put in them, and there could be just a lot of like extra sugar and unnecessary ingredients that just aren't going to make you feel the best and are not going to benefit you in as many ways as your homemade salad dressing would. That brings me to tip number 10, which is protein powder. So this is obviously not a necessity, but I do believe that in college, maybe sometimes you may feel like it's harder to find good quality protein sources, maybe if you're vegan too, because I don't know how many like vegan options every college has. That's obviously great if you do have vegan options, but if you don't and you like are vegan, or you're just trying to go more plant-based, or for whatever reason, if you just feel like you're not getting an adequate amount of protein each day, I would recommend investing in a protein powder, because this is a super simple way to get up your protein intake each day. So you can easily add this into your smoothies that you make, or what I would do is I would always add protein powder into my oats for breakfast. Protein powder is great. Make sure you do your research and look out for like certain ingredients. Just make sure your protein powder is not packed full of like a bunch of artificial ingredients. I personally, my favorite is Tropika, because they are a plant-based protein, and they have all ingredients that I know what they are inside their protein powders. I can read every single ingredient and tell you exactly what it is, and that's what I love. That's what I love about them. That's my dog. Say hi. Hi. She's my best friend. And there's my cat. Whoa. Come here. Come say hi. Lily. Come here. Now your turn. This is my cat. She has 2 colored eyes, a blue eye and a green eye. Beautiful. I'm jealous. And last but not least is tip number 11, which is snacks. Yes, snacks are your lifesaver, because when you're hungry throughout the day, it's good to have something to snack on. That'll keep you satiated and that's nourishing. My favorite snacks were protein bars, or just like a fruit and nut bar. So I love Lara bars, Quest bars, RX bars. Those are about the only 3 I can think of right now. I think those were the only 3 I would really ever buy, but those are great. Also, nuts and seeds, almonds, peanuts, walnuts, cashews are very good for snacking. Fruit is also really good for snacking. Bananas, berries, apples, oranges. I would also have a smoothie for snack too throughout the day if I needed like a pick-me-up. I would have a fruit smoothie with some protein powder in it. Another snack I would have is overnight oats, which this also could fall under the category of breakfast, but overnight oats are super simple. There's also tons of recipes for those on Pinterest as well. So you can just type into Pinterest overnight oats, or you can look online because I have some overnight oats recipes saved there too. If you have like an 8 a.m. class or something in the morning, you can prep your oats overnight and keep them in your mini fridge, and then right in the morning when you have to run out of your door to go to class, you just grab the oats and it's like your breakfast on the go, and it's already ready, and it is nutritious and perfect and delicious. And my all-time favorite snack is dates with nut butter. Oh my gosh, I would go through like a little carton of dates in a day. I'm not even kidding. I love dates so much, and with nut butter, it's like the perfect combination. You get your carbs, you get your fats, and you feel satiated throughout the day, and they give you a really good source of energy. I think of dates as nature's candy, and I'm pretty sure some of you have probably heard that before, but they really are. Those things are addicting. They're so good. They're the perfect sweet treat. I always like to eat those for dessert in my dorm, or even like some Halo Top ice cream or something, because you guys know I'm all about the desserts. Okay, I think that wraps up all of my tips and tricks for how to stay healthy while living in a college dorm. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for me. I am always open ears and love to hear what you guys have to say or think. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!